The enigma begins, a portrait shrouded in time. The Louvre Museum in Paris is a labyrinth of art and history. But there's one room where the crowds never thin. Visitors from every corner of the globe jostle for a glimpse of a small, unassuming panel of wood, just 30 inches tall, protected behind bulletproof glass. This, of course, is Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. Her eyes follow you. Her smile flickers between knowing warmth and eerie ambiguity. And for over 500 years, she's dared us to solve her riddles. Who was she? Why did Leonardo paint her? And what secrets are hidden in that legendary smile? Let's rewind to Renaissance Italy. The year is roughly 1503. Leonardo da Vinci, already a celebrated polymath, artist, inventor, scientist, is in his early 50s and at the height of his creative powers. He's just returned to Florence after years in Milan, where he'd painted The Last Supper. Now, a wealthy silk merchant named Francesco del Giocondo commissions a portrait of his wife, Lisa Gherardini. This is no ordinary job. Leonardo, ever the perfectionist, spends years obsessing over the painting, carrying it with him until his death in 1519. He never delivers it to the Giocondo family. Why? The answer lies in the painting itself. Look closely. Leonardo didn't just paint Lisa, he reinvented portraiture. Before the Mona Lisa, portraits were stiff, formal, and symbolic, meant to convey wealth or status. But here, Lisa feels alive. Her posture is relaxed, her hands folded naturally. The background isn't a flat tapestry but a dreamy, almost alien landscape of winding rivers and misty peaks. And then there's the smile. Leonardo used a technique called sfumato, Italian for smoke, layering thin glazes of paint to create soft, blurred edges. This makes her expression shift depending on where you stand. Move left, and she seems to smile. Move right, and the smile fades. It's optical witchcraft. But here's the kicker. Leonardo's obsession with this painting went beyond artistry. He was a man consumed by codes, hidden messages, and the intersection of science and beauty. Was the Mona Lisa a canvas for his experiments? A self-portrait in disguise? Or something darker? To find out, we need to follow the trail of clues left behind, starting with the painting's turbulent journey through history. The smile that launched 1,000 theories. Let's address the elephant in the room. That smile. Scientists, psychologists, and conspiracy theorists have spent decades trying to decode it. Is she happy, sad, flirtatious, mocking? In 2005, Dutch researchers used emotion recognition software to analyze her expression. The result? 83% happy, 9% disgusted, 6% fearful, and 2% angry. But here's the thing. Those numbers don't capture the magic. The Mona Lisa's smile isn't just ambiguous, it's alive. Leonardo understood something profound about human vision. Our eyes perceive details differently in central versus peripheral vision. When you stare directly at her mouth, the smile vanishes. Look at her eyes or the background, and it reappears. It's a psychological roller coaster. But why engineer such a trick? Some say Leonardo was toying with the viewer's subconscious. Others argue the smile reflects Lisa's real-life story. Lisa Gherardini was 24 when she sat for the portrait, a mother who'd recently lost a child. Could her smile mask grief? Or was Leonardo capturing a specific moment? In 2017, art historian Silvano Vincetti claimed the artist hired musicians and clowns to keep Lisa entertained during sittings, capturing her genuine laughter. Then there's the wildcard theory. The Mona Lisa isn't Lisa at all. For centuries, scholars have debated her identity. Is she Leonardo's mother, Caterina, reimagined from memory? A disguised self-portrait? In 2010, researchers compared the facial proportions of the Mona Lisa to Leonardo's self-portrait in red chalk. The alignment was uncanny. Could this be Leonardo's vision of his own feminized essence? Or is it a metaphor for the artist's belief that painting is a mirror of the soul? But wait, there's a darker twist. In the 1980s, a French engineer named Pascal Cotte used multispectral imaging to peer beneath the paint. He discovered another portrait hidden below the surface, a woman with no smile, staring solemnly ahead. Was this Lisa's true face? Did Leonardo change his mind mid-process? Or is this layer part of a larger puzzle? The theories spiral, but one thing's clear. the Mona Lisa was never just a portrait. It was Leonardo's laboratory. He dissected human cadavers to study facial muscles. He wrote backwards in coded notebooks about the motions of the mind. This painting was his attempt to capture the human soul in oil and wood. And yet, even he couldn't finish it. The Mona Lisa was found in his studio at his death, still incomplete. Or was it? Maybe Leonardo knew it would never be done, that its mystery was the point. As we'll see next, that mystery would explode into a global obsession, thanks to a crime that shook the art world. The heist that made her famous, a modern-day caper. Picture this. August 21st, 1911, a Monday morning at the Louvre. Workers arrive to find 4 iron pegs hanging empty on a wall. The Mona Lisa is gone. Panic erupts. The museum closes for a week. The French press blazes with headlines, "National treasure stolen." Suspicion falls on everyone from anarchists to the Kaiser. Pablo Picasso is even questioned. He had a history of buying stolen artifacts. But the truth is stranger than fiction. The thief is Vincenzo Peruggia, an Italian handyman who'd worked at the Louvre. Disgruntled and patriotic, he believed the Mona Lisa belonged in Italy, never mind that Leonardo had taken it there himself centuries earlier. Wearing a white lab coat, Peruggia hid in a closet overnight, pried the painting from its frame, and walked out with it under his smock. For 2 years, he kept it in a false-bottom trunk in his Paris apartment. When he finally tried to sell it to a Florence art dealer in 1913, he was caught. But here's the twist. Before the theft, the Mona Lisa wasn't that famous. She was admired, sure, but just one Renaissance portrait among many. The heist turned her into a legend. Newspapers splashed her image worldwide. Postcards sold like wildfire. Suddenly, everyone knew her name. When the painting toured Italy after its recovery, crowds fainted in ecstasy. By the time she returned to the Louvre in 1914, she was a rock star. The theft also birthed modern art security. Today, the Mona Lisa is guarded like a head of state, climate-controlled, triple encased, and monitored by lasers. But the 1911 caper did more than boost her fame. It cemented her as a symbol of intrigue. Was the theft a patriotic act? A publicity stunt? Or part of a deeper conspiracy? Fast forward to the 21st century. The Mona Lisa is now a pop culture icon. Andy Warhol silk screened her. Dan Brown wove her into the Da Vinci Code. Beyoncé recreated her pose. Yet the more she's reproduced, the more enigmatic she becomes. Why does this painting, above all others, haunt us? The answer may lie not in the past, but in the future. Cutting-edge technology is revealing secrets Leonardo never imagined possible. X-rays, AI, and the quest to crack the code. In 2004, the Mona Lisa took a rare trip across the Louvre, not on a joyride, but to a lab. For the first time, scientists subjected her to high-resolution 3D scanning, infrared reflectography, and X-ray fluorescence. What they found rewrote her origin story. The hidden underdrawing, revealed by infrared, showed Leonardo sketched Lisa with a spiky hairdo and a larger head. Her hands were repositioned. The landscape evolved from a simple river to a primordial wilderness. But the bombshell came in 2020, when Pascal Cott announced he'd found a tiny silver pin in Lisa's hair, a ferroniere typically worn by Italian noblewomen. This suggests she might not have been a middle-class merchant's wife, but someone far grander. Meanwhile, AI is adding fuel to the fire. In 2023, researchers trained an algorithm to de-age the Mona Lisa, simulating how she'd look in her teens. The result? A face eerily similar to La Bella Principessa, another disputed Leonardo work. Coincidence? Or proof of a recurring muse? But the biggest revelation lies in the background. Those hazy mountains and bridges? They're not fantasy. Geologists have matched them to real locations in central Italy, near Leonardo's hometown, the winding Arno River, the Montefeltro cliffs. Some even claim the bridge resembles the Ponte Buriano, still standing today. Was Leonardo embedding a love letter to his homeland? Yet for all our tech, the Mona Lisa guards her secrets. The walnut panel is thinning. Cracks, called craquelure, web her surface. Conservationists face a dilemma. Restore her and risk altering her essence? Or let time erase her slowly? It's a metaphor for the painting itself, beauty and decay locked in a dance. Which brings us to the ultimate question. Why does the Mona Lisa endure? Is it her technical genius? The theft? The smile? Or something deeper? The eternal muse. Why she still haunts us. Here's the truth. The Mona Lisa isn't just a painting. She's a mirror. Every generation projects its fears, hopes, and obsessions onto her. Freud saw her as a manifestation of Leonardo's Oedipus complex. Feminists reclaimed her as a symbol of silenced women. Conspiracy theorists turned her into a Da Vinci Code cipher. But maybe her power lies in what she doesn't say. In a world of instant answers and AI algorithms, the Mona Lisa remains gloriously unresolved. She invites us to wonder, to argue, to feel. Leonardo didn't just paint a woman. He painted the human condition, the tension between joy and sorrow, knowledge and mystery, life and art. As you leave the Louvre's crowded hall, you glance back one last time. Her eyes still follow you. Her smile still flickers. And you realize, the Mona Lisa doesn't belong to France, Italy, or even Leonardo. She belongs to anyone who's ever dared to ask, what if? So what do you see in her smile? A secret? A challenge? Or simply a woman, forever on the edge of a laugh, holding the world's gaze? The mystery lives on. If you've made it this far, you're part of the story. Smash that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what's your take on the Mona Lisa's secret? Until next time, keep wondering.